And let's get into it. Come here, Mr. Dolphin. Give me Dolphin's grace. Whee! What's going on, guys? It is Kilodrone, and welcome back to some more Minecraft here on the Solo series. And ladies and gentlemen, we are back for day number 4 of Atlantis week. And guys and girls, you may have noticed that the last episode of the Let's Play was a little bit shorter than what we normally do here on the channel, but that was because off camera, in between cuts, I was actually doing a lot of grind work in order to get materials prepped for this episode. This episode is going to be the big one. Atlantis is going to change a lot in this episode. I needed to get a ton of white concrete, a ton of dark prismarine, and a ton of prismarine bricks for this project. And I think I have enough in order to completely finish everything that we need to get done in this episode. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it. And I'm feeling a bit goofy today, so I'm gonna go ahead and apologize to you guys for the lack of professionalism. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we have a couple of things that we need to work on in today's episode. So first and foremost, I need to get rid of these sand walls. I need to put an rather intricate design on this wall, and then take down these sand walls themselves because I'm tired of looking at them. They look ugly, and I want to make this area much more beautiful. So yeah, gonna add in a nice big design here, probably have some nice waves or maybe some arches in here. That way you can swim on through into the Guardian farm. And then I also have some wings here attached that you can see. So basically what I plan on doing in this area is running down some really big, thick, white pillars all the way down to the ocean floor. So basically what my plan is to make a pillar here, run it all the way down, and have those pillars kind of lined up in a V shape on each side, kind of guiding you in toward the center where the entranceway is. The other thing that I want to do is, as you can see, we also have some really big platforms out here. These platforms are actually 20 by 20 big, and that just so happens to be the exact size of the dome that we made in the last episode. So what I would like to do is put one of those domes on each and every one of these corners and have those domes then be held up by the pillars. So lots of things to do in this episode. It's going to be a lot of work. It's going to be a lot of work. We need to get the face done. We need to get the pillars done. We need to get the domes done. And then after that, it's sand removal time. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and let's get into it. Come here, Mr. Dolphin. Give me Dolphin's grace. Whee! I really need to capture some of these guys as well because we need to make a raceway over to this area. But that'll probably be for the next episode. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I got a bit carried away. I didn't record any of this. What was I thinking? I now have a design for one of the faces of the Guardian farm here. As you can see, I think it looks relatively nice. I still don't have all the pillars in on this side or anything like that, but I do like how this came out. This is really big. This is really beautiful. I like it. I really do. It's got big glass windows made out of the cyan glass, which I think looks really good underwater, and it blends really nice with the prismarine. I also added in these little doorways here, and that's going to be kind of our door structure. Basically, all it is some open fence gates. But yeah, overall, I really like how this is turning out so far. I really like the big, huge white pillars. That just looks absolutely amazing. And if we go ahead and swim up top here, dude, this thing looks epic from this angle. Oh, I love it, but we still have so much work to be done. I need to add in the pillars on this side, and then I need to duplicate this face on all of the other sides as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at what it looks like from the inside. Just come in here a little bit like so, a little bit of a hop and a skip and a jump, and can you get out of here, Mr. Zombert? Thank you, buddy. You know what? It doesn't look bad. It doesn't. Okay, come here, dude. You gotta go. You gotta go. You're in the way. Anyway, yeah, this doesn't look bad. I like it. It's a nice central focal point. One thing that I am gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to get some stairs for this area here. That way we can actually have an area to like come into. So yeah, gonna have to do some type of stairway in this area, but that'll have to be in the next video. In the next video, or in the next episode, I plan on doing the inside, and in today's episode, I really plan on just focusing on the outside and on those new wing areas that we have added on. I want to get all of the outside bits done, and then we'll save the interior for dead last. But yeah, so far, I really like how this is coming out. I'm gonna need a lot more materials in order to continue this, but yeah, I think I should have enough, actually. I'm hoping that I have enough to duplicate this on each side. I really hope so, because it is a really nice design. I really like how it came out. Okay, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to keep working here. I'm going to get the pillars done on this side, and then I don't know. I may just do one of these sides completely. So get all of the pillars in, get the dome in, and get all the pillars in and the dome in on this side as well. And then I may even get the other sides done. And then we'll see where we're at for the episode, because I need to get all of these other sides. This is just one side done. So yeah, I'm going to keep working here, and I will bring you guys back in just a few minutes with another progress update, because, yeah, I got a little bit carried away here. So I think I've decided that I'm going to go ahead and add on these little wing bits to each and every side. Originally, I was just going to do it to the front and the back, but I think I want to add these pillars all the way around just to give this a really grand feel, like an insanely grand feel. I think that this may be a bit overkill at this point, but to be honest with you, since when have we done anything in this series that isn't overkill? So I feel like this is exactly fitting for my build style. So I'm gonna keep working here, but yeah, I do think that we're gonna do white pillars all the way around on each and every side. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into this. So I now have another side of the farm completed, and I have to say it's looking pretty good around here. I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is go ahead and replicate this on the other two sides before I worry about adding in the pillars and doing this dome area. I think it's a lot easier to work in this area if I don't have all of this blocking my way. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to continue replicating this to the other side. I'll probably have to take a break in order to get some more cyan dye, because I am running very low on cyan glass. I think this is all that I have left. So 2 stacks in a little bit, and I'll probably need to make up some more prismarine stuff as well. I thought that I was going to have plenty for this project, but it turns out that this is taking a little bit more than I thought. Not to mention that I'm going to need enough cyan glass for all 4 of the domes as well. So it's going to take a little bit of work around here, but I'm ready for it. I am ready to get this thing done. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and, oh, that's redstone box. Yeah, here's trash box. That'll work. Oh, wait. Ooh, I have more cyan. Do I have some in other chests as well? I'm so disorganized at this point. I had everything organized at one point while I was working on things around here, but at some point, everything got very disorderly. Is that all the cyan I have? I think that's all the cyan glass I have. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go to a desert or something like that in order to get the green cactus dye, and then I'm also gonna have to go and find, I don't know, cornflowers? I have no idea. I hate how blue dye is one of the hardest things to get inside of Minecraft. Even with the new cornflowers added, they're only a 1 high flower, so it's not like they're too high, and I can just duplicate getting a ton of the dye just by bone mealing the 2 high flower. Anyway, I'm just complaining at this point. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna keep working on this, get it onto the other 2 sides, and then I will bring you guys back in just a minute. Alright, ladies and gents, we are back, and I have started smelting up some glass. That way we can get some more of the cyan-stained glass for the outside of the build here. But while that is going, I actually want to switch gears here for just a second and take another look at this dropper circuit that we set up a few episodes back. So, as you can see, this circuit's still working. It's perfectly okay, except for when I pull up my F3 screen. Because these comparator clocks are relatively laggy, as you can see, our FPS drops every time one of these things go off, and it's making this entire area a little bit framey whenever I'm in the area. So what I would like to do is actually replace these circuits with a different type of circuit that's going to do the exact same thing, but this one is going to make use of observers. Now, observers are pretty laggy blocks as well. They're not the best in the world, but I think that they might be a little bit less laggy than actual comparator clocks. So what I'm gonna do is set up some of these, see if the lag gets any better, and then if it does, we'll keep them. If not, we'll just go ahead and switch back to the other system, to this system that we currently have. So I guess let me go ahead and show you guys how this is going to work, because this is a relatively simple circuit as well. First off, we're going to have to remove that block there. But basically what I'm going to do is remove this redstone. This will actually save us a little bit on redstone as well, so that's kind of nice. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to observe this comparator here, right? So just like that. And then I'm going to remove this block, remove that sea lantern, and then place a sticky piston right down there facing up. So, well, actually, no. This needs to be 1 block higher. Come here, Mr. Sticky Piston. I need you still. Go ahead and grab this. Oh, let me up. There we go. I actually didn't need to delete that sea lantern, I just realized. Oh, well, that's fine. Come on, let me up. Nope, I've had enough. I've had enough of this. Going back down. Get out of here. This stuff is so annoying. I hate magma blocks, man. I absolutely hate them. I'm removing them all. Ah, much better. All right, swimming back up to the surface with absolutely no issues now. And let's go ahead and take another look at this redstone. How can I get out of here? Let's go ahead and head up this way. All right, perfect. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a sticky piston right, nope, not there. Dang it, I did it again. Give me the sticky piston back. Oh, why am I so bad at this game right now? All right, let's go ahead, head back up. We got this. Set the sticky piston right there. Are you kidding me? You're joking, right? You're joking. We're joking right now, right? Of course we are. Of course we're joking. You know what? No. I'm not doing this. Let me up. Let me up. Perfect! And there! Got it! And then it should just be a matter of placing down an observer right here. And there we go. We now have that observer side done. So it's literally just a comparator with a couple of observers, and you're good to go. Get out of here, you stupid! What is going on in my game right now? I'm lagging to death. I can't place any blocks correctly. Everything is just going horribly wrong. Alright, ladies and gents, so one more time I'm going to show you this system. Basically, all it's going to be is out of the side of your dropper, you are going to take a comparator out just like so, and then you are going to have an observer observing that comparator just like this, like that. And then what we're going to do is break the block out underneath the observer, place down a sticky piston so that that rises up. And then all we're going to do is set an observer observing that observer, just like so. And there you go. As long as there is something inside of those droppers, they will constantly tick because these things are going to be going off because they're observing each other. So absolutely perfect. That's exactly what we needed. Now what I'm going to do is replace it on all of the other systems, and we'll just see if this is any less laggy. So I'm going to go ahead and get to it, and I'll bring you guys back in just a minute. Alright, ladies and gents, we are back, and I've added those dropper observer systems in now, and to be honest with you, I don't see it making that huge of a difference. It looks like it's just about the same as far as FPS goes. I actually have VSync on right now. Hold on. Turn VSync off. If we go ahead and check our FPS, we're at about 180, but once again, it is dropping down to about 87 or so every now and then. Sometimes it'll even drop as low as 40, so it looks like the systems are just about the same. It's not going to make too much of a difference. I do need to figure out a way, though, to increase that FPS because this area does not need to be this laggy. I don't know what I'm going to do about it, but I will have to think on it, and maybe in a future episode we'll have to do a bit of lag busting in this area. Alright, ladies and gents, that is another one of these walls done. It only takes about 30 minutes or so to actually put one of these together. It's actually kind of crazy how much faster building is whenever you're underwater. I quite like it. It makes things go by a lot faster. It's kind of like having creative mode, only you have to keep going back and forth to get supplies every now and then. But overall, I'm really liking building underwater. I really like the aquatic update because of this. I don't know. It's something that I've never done before, and this is just making it really fun. Let me go ahead and grab out some more white concrete. I'm going to go ahead and get the last side done. Shouldn't take me too long, another, I don't know, 30, 45 minutes, something like that, if I have all of the materials. But yeah, this is actually going by relatively quickly. I have to say I'm a bit surprised. Do I have enough? Yeah, we should have plenty. What I'm kind of worried about is regular nope, we got more of that too. Perfect. All right, so I will go ahead and get this last wall up, and I will bring you guys back in just a minute. Alright, ladies and gents, so all 4 walls are now in, but I still have a little bit of work to do around here because whenever you put in this glass underwater, if it's right up against the sand, that's not a problem. The problem is these areas here where it's offset from the sand by 1 block, there's still water in those areas, so I have to get rid of that water somehow. Now, a couple of ways I could do that. I could use a sponge to get rid of the water, but I think that sponges will actually work through blocks. So if I were to place a sponge, say on this side of the glass, I'm pretty sure that it will mess up the water that is on the outside of the glass. So I think that the best way for us to get rid of all of this water is to just go ahead and place down some bricks just like so, get rid of all of the water sources, and then break all of the blocks, and I think we should be good to go after that. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to work on this, get rid of all the water, and then after that is done, we'll go ahead and remove all of the sand walls. So I've now made my way behind these walls where I will be slowly removing the sand from this area. And I have to say, I'm really looking forward to seeing what this looks like with all of the sand out of here. I think it's going to look absolutely amazing. But first, I'm going to have to continuously place torches like this until it's all gone. This could take a while. I'll just bring you guys back in just a minute. Alright, ladies and gents, we are back, and the sand walls are now removed from the inside, and we can now see into our Guardian Farm area, into the palace, and I have to say that I really like the way that these faces came out. I love how these walls look. Even from the top up here, it still looks magnificent. I absolutely love it. This is a great design. Now, there are still some things underwater here that we need to work on. As always, we need to terraform the bottom down here where the sand is at. There's still, because I wanted everything on one level, I need to do a little bit of terraforming to have this kind of blend in with the ocean floor. But that shouldn't take too long, and actually I'll probably do that on a live stream or something like that, just because that's more of grindy work. So the next thing that I want to work on is getting in these big white pillars on each of the sides of the palace here, because this is really going to make the entire area feel very, very grand. So what I would like is, oh, is that a dolphin there? Oh, look at him, he's so cute. Anyway, yeah, I want to get the pillars in here, and do it on every side. This will make it look even more grand whenever we come into this area, which I really, really like. And oh my lord, that is such a good looking build, man. It looks so good. It does. It looks amazing. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I need to get the pillars in. I need to get these platforms done with the domes on top. But yeah, I think we'll just start with the pillars for now, and then I'll bring you guys back in just a minute. Also, I figure some of you may be curious as to what it looks like from the inside here, and it does look pretty good, but I mean, it's not the best. We still don't have the interior of this area completely done yet, so it's going to look better by the time we're done with it, but for right now, it is adding a little bit of detail to this area, and I quite like that. So anyway, back to working on those pillars. So I have some more of the pillars in on the front here, and I really like what it adds to the area, but we're going to have to do some pretty massive terraforming in order to get these pillars to sit at the correct heights. I don't want these pillars to be completely uneven to where these pillars are super long and those pillars are super short. So, what the heck? We have another one? It's not the same one. No, our guy's still in there. There's another skeletal horse. Ooh, I need to tame you, buddy. I need you. Is there more under here, maybe? Oh, dude, you are so cool. Okay, hold on. I need to check for some more. Are there more around here? Because, well, that guy was there. Doesn't look like we're gonna get that lucky. Unless they're like way down here at the bottom of the cave somehow. Let's see. No, doesn't look like there's any more. But hey, we now have 2 skeletal horses. That is awesome. I guess what I'll do is I'll go back to the base at some point and grab another saddle for this guy. For right now, let's just kind of push him out into the ocean so that I can keep track of him, and I'll put him in some sort of pen now. There we go. So let's get you, let's go ahead and break that. Perfect. You stand right there. Perfect. That is a incredible area for you, buddy. There we go. Just a little bit of block building. And nicely done. And we now have another skeletal horse. Haha! That is awesome. All right. I do need to name tag you or something. That way you don't disappear. But overall, I think you'll be good for right now. Anyway, like I was saying, we're going to have to do a bit of terraforming on each side. That way each one of the pillars on each side of this thing is the exact same height. And because of that, that's actually going to mean that we're going to have to do even more terraforming on all of the other sides as well. Because originally what I was planning on doing was just kind of sloping this down like so into the terrain. But I think we're actually going to have to build up all the way around this area, way up and way out as well for the pillars. So we're going to have to build up next to there as well as out a little bit in each direction, just so we have the pillars a nice little platform to do. So anyway, yeah, we're gonna have a fair amount of terraforming to do. It's gonna be kind of a pain in the butt, but we will get it done. I think that I can probably start back here with removing some gravel, because obviously we don't want this mountain blocking the view, so I'll probably remove that bit of gravel there. Come back closer so we get conduit power back. There we go. So I'll probably start by removing this mound here and then using that to kind of slope this area and then build out a little bit. But I'm definitely going to have to go and find another portion of the ocean to get more gravel from, because otherwise this just won't do, ladies and gentlemen. This just won't do. So I think for the rest of the episode, I'm going to work on these domes. I will save all of the terraforming for a stream or something like that, because I need to be able to get this episode out, and terraforming takes absolutely forever. So yeah, I think we're going to work on the domes up top, get those in, and then after that, yeah, I think we'll probably work on something else. So yeah, I'll go ahead, I'll get working on those domes, and I'll bring you guys back in just a minute. Alright, ladies and gents, so I have decided on going with a 15 block diameter dome on these platforms here. So it's going to be relatively big, but not as big as the one that we have in the center. Reason being is the one in the center, I want to really be a focal point. I want it to be much larger, so it is 5 blocks in diameter larger, and these outside parts, I want them to be big, but I don't want them to be as big as those in there. So I think 15 blocks in diameter will work out fine. This also leaves just enough room for our pillars on each side as well. So we'll have those pillars, and then here in the middle, I'm not entirely sure how I want to encapsulate this area, because, I mean, we could put pillars, right? We could put like a pillar right here, but then we have a lot of open space in between. So I'll have to work on the underneath of this section a little bit later. But for right now, I think I'm just going to get the domes in, and then we'll worry about how to decorate kind of this corner section in a minute. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to get working here, get this dome built, and I will bring you guys back in just a minute. Alrighty, ladies and gents, we are back, and I now have the first dome completely constructed, and I do like it, I do, but I'm kind of concerned about what to put in these corners here. Right now I have just some white concrete, because I kind of want to bring that into this area a bit, but everything around here feels very flat at the moment, and I don't particularly like that. I thought about just adding the concrete one layer up and see what that would do, if that would change how this area kind of feels. And it does a bit. It does change a little bit how it feels, but then I feel like it may make the dome feel a little bit weird. So if I just go ahead and continue with this around a bit, let's add it, I don't know, right here. That'll work. So if I add this just like so, Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think that's going to work. Just adding in this white concrete like that is not going to work at all. We're going to have to find something to break up this area, though, because right now it feels very, very flat, and I don't particularly know what to add in order to get rid of that. I mean, I could add back in prismarine, but I really wanted to add in at least a touch of this white concrete to the top, just so that it blends in with what you see underwater, but that may be easier said than done in this case. Huh. Yeah, I don't know what to add there quite yet. Anyway, I'm going to keep working here. I'm going to see if I can figure something out for those areas, but I'm also going to go ahead and add in another dome on that side, and then we'll see what they look like whenever they're both there. So something else that I forgot to mention in this video, we are actually playing on the latest snapshot. We are now on 1.14.3 pre-release 4, and they have fixed the zombie pigmen. Well, I say fixed. It does appear that they're spawning in a little bit slower, but at least this farm is working now. So I'm happy about that, even though it does seem to be a little bit slower than it used to be. At least it's not completely broken anymore, and we can at least still get some golden XP out of this thing. So not all is lost. I am extremely happy about this. And looks like our sword is completely healed up. Let's go ahead and grab our other pickaxe and go ahead and start mending this guy up as well. So yeah, this thing's working again. I'm super excited. Let me heal up all my stuff and I'll bring you guys back when we're back at the back at the Atlantis area. So I guess this is the moment of truth. I am heading down our ladder now, leaving the zombie pigman farm. And if you guys remember, the last time we were up here, there was a zombie pigman that was down here and extremely mad at us. Somehow he survived the fall, but it does look like these guys are not particularly mad. I did see a couple of them fall off, though, which I'm hoping was not my... I'm hoping these guys weren't my alarm pigmen, because if that's the case, that's a problem. They just straight up G'd off of there. That's not good. I may want to go back up there and make sure these were not my alarm pigmen, because they definitely fell from what looks like to be the corners. Oh, this may not be good, ladies and gentlemen. Are the alarm pigmen now just going to bail off of the edge of this farm to try and get me? That's going to be a problem if so. That means that we're going to have to put some type of enclosure around those guys to keep them safer. Right now, they're just kind of hanging out on those blocks on the edge. But if they're going to keep jumping off, then that may be something that we'll have to look into. It does look like we have some pigmen that are completely fine, though. The ones that I'm looking for would be... Let's see. They would be behind us, right? So if I were to shift here... 3 there, 3 there. No, I think we're good. I think we're good. It wasn't the alarm pigman that fell off. It had to have been some other pigmen that spawned somewhere. So I think we're fine. I think we're completely fine. Let's go ahead and head down here and check how much gold we have in this area now, because I'm assuming that the whole farm should be working. Yes, we are getting gold again, ladies and gentlemen, which is good because I really cut into my gold supply this week with the whole Atlantis build. So that is nice to see that we're getting this again. Perfect, perfect. I am so happy that this farm is fixed again, because that was a massive undertaking, to say the least, to actually make this farm. I'm happy now that it is working back in full. Let's go ahead and throw our gold in there, and I'm gonna go ahead and head back to the Atlantis area. And are you guys mad? You guys good? We fine? You guys look fine. I think we're good. I think we're good. Yes. All right. I'm so happy the zombie pigmen are back the way that they used to be. Absolutely perfect. All right. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to get some stuff from my base that I needed, because I need some more firework rockets and stuff. And then I will head on back to the Atlantis area. All right, back over here at the Atlantis area, and I want to go ahead and grab this other skeletal horse. I went ahead and named a name tag Jangle, because that's the sound that his bones make whenever he walks. Jangle, 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 all the click-clacking of the bones together. So that will be his name. There we go, just like so. And then some of you guys told me that you can actually control these guys without a saddle. Based off of my testing, that is not true. But you do not have to tame these guys, so that's something I didn't know. But just to show you guys here, if I go ahead and try to jump or do anything, I can't do it. So I have to actually put a saddle on this guy in order to control him. So there we go. And this guy is not the best jumper in the world, it doesn't look like. Looks like he will probably only be able to jump 2 blocks high, just like our other guy. Oh, actually, is he worse than our other guy? Hold on. Nah, there we go. We made it over 2 blocks. Perfect. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get him over here, and I'm going to put them in this pen together, I guess, and give them plenty of room to kind of hang out. Oh, hold on, buddy. Hold on. Get back over there, Jangle. I don't need to lose you, Jangle. Oh, dude, you are like skirting all over the place. Hold on. You got like skates on your feet, my man. All right, do I have... Oh, I don't have any more prismarine bricks. I also, while I was over at the base, grabbed some more name tags. As you can see, I have 10 more. Reason being is I want to eventually name some dolphins while we're over here. And I want to make kind of a super speedway from this area over to the nether portal. That way it doesn't take us very much time to get from one place to the other. So that's something that I want to work on, but that will not be in today's episode. That will likely be in tomorrow's episode. And let's go ahead and get Mr. Jangle all situated in here. There we go. We now have ourselves 2 skeletal horses. Absolutely perfect. I love these guys. So we have Jangle over here, and we have Aqua Horse right over here. And I may rename Aqua Horse to something else later, but for right now, I kind of like that name. Also, I don't remember if I showed you guys this, but we do have the pillars in on the other side, but I still have a lot of work to do around here. Also, second dome is now complete. So that looks good, and it definitely looks better with both sides being even. So if we're here, definitely looks better. Definitely looks super grand as well. I absolutely love that. But we definitely need to add in the pillars on each of the back sides here and then do some terraforming. So I'm going to go ahead and get the pillars in on the back side, and then I want to focus on what we're going to do with kind of this frontward area. We may just have pillars going all the way down, but I haven't quite decided yet. So yeah, let me go ahead, make up some more white concrete, and then I will come and work on this a bit. So I'll be back in just a minute. All right, ladies and gents, we are back, and I've added in some pillars on the back side of the front area here. I don't have the dark prismarine trim around the top yet, but I will be adding that in later. What I'm playing around with right now is trying to kind of close this area off. And the problem that I'm having is whenever I put a pillar kind of on this corner in order to, in a way, close this area in, it looks pretty decent from this side. From this angle, I'm not gonna lie, looks okay. But whenever you get over here, because it's not even, right? Because it's not even to where we don't have 5 blocks coming out in this direction, the whole thing looks off. The whole thing looks very, very off. So I'm thinking the only way that I'm going to be able to fix this is to actually take some blocks out this way and do a full pillar further out in this direction. That way it looks decent. But then again, if I do that, then that's gonna look weird from this direction, isn't it? We may have to do 5 blocks on this edge and 5 blocks on this edge. And then do 2 pillars in the corner here. That's gonna be pretty bulky if we do that, though. That's gonna be very bulky looking. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with this area yet. I'm going to think on it a little bit more here, but Yeah, we definitely can't leave it like this. Like this, it just looks, it looks funny looking. Another thing that I guess we could do would just be expand out only this area. I don't know how that would look though. Anyway, I'm going to keep working here. I'm going to try and figure this out, and I'll bring you guys back in just a minute. Yeah, so I think this is the way that we're going to go. What I did was I expanded out this platform to where instead of it being 1 block wide, it is now 5 blocks wide, which is the exact same as it was over here for one of these pillars. And what I'm doing is I'm adding in an extra pillar on each end, and then one right here on this corner. And then probably in between this pillar and that pillar, and that pillar and this pillar, I'm probably going to do some type of archway or something like that underneath the water here, just to kind of fill this area in, but also kind of break it up to where you don't see too far into the dome here. So that way it kind of fills out this area a bit more. So that's kind of my goal. I'm going to go ahead, bring these pillars down, go ahead and get some dark prismarine stairs and blocks in order to go ahead and do the trim around here as well. And then after that, I think we will be done with at least this wing. I'm kind of concerned with the sheer amount of terraforming that we have to do in order to finish up this build, because it doesn't look like a lot, but doing terraforming under the water is actually kind of a pain in the butt, because all of the blocks are floating up to the top nowadays, which anytime that I break anything, like gravel or anything, I have to swim up to the top in order to collect it all, and I want to collect it all, that way I can reuse it whenever I go to add terraforming to other areas. So kind of a pain to do any type of terraforming under the water nowadays, and I kind of don't like it. Can you get out of here, Mr. Drowned? Thank you, buddy. I really need to get a sword that doesn't have knockback on it as well for underwater stuff. Anyway, go ahead and throw that out. But yeah, I'm going to bring these pillars down, do some type of archway in between them, and I think that'll fill out these wings pretty good. I still have to duplicate all of this onto the back side still, because I haven't even touched that, but if I can at least get the front side done in this episode, that would be amazing. It's pretty much exactly what I wanted. I also wanted everything to be on one level as well, though, and yeah, all of that terraforming is going to take a little while, I think. Like I said, that'll probably be a live stream this coming weekend or something like that. So make sure, if you're not following my Twitch, make sure that you go and do that, because I'll likely be doing a good amount of streaming there this weekend. Let's see, where's my white concrete? There we go. Go ahead and bring this down as well. And once I have all 3 of these down, we'll take a look at exactly what this is going to look like. I'm also out of chicken in this area. I haven't went back to my base to grab more chicken, so I'm using some of the cooked fish from before we changed over the Guardian farms to destroy all of the cooked fish. So I have, I don't know, probably a double chest full of cooked fish over here, so I'll be using that for the meantime until I have time to go back to my base. Let's go ahead and bring this last pillar down, and I'll worry about leveling it at the bottom here in just a minute, but I just want to kind of get a visual here for what it's going to look like. If we back up. Yeah, I definitely like that. I think that's going to look good. We definitely need the archways, though, or else this is going to look a little bit weird, but overall, I like it. Yeah, this is going to be a really good looking addition to the build here. So let's actually look at it from above the water as well. Yeah, it does look pretty good. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm kind of visualizing what I want to do with the archway as well, so yeah, this will definitely end up looking pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to keep working on this, and I'll bring you guys back in just a minute. Alright, there we go. Those changes have been made to this area. Added in a nice little archway here, and Dude, I absolutely hate kelp. It feels like every time that I turn around, this stuff is getting closer and closer. I know that it doesn't spread. I mean, it obviously grows upward, but I feel like it's constantly getting in the way. Anyway, this is done. This archway is done, at least on this side. I still have all 3 of the other sides to do, but I have to say I like how it came out. I do. I think that it looks really nice around here. Especially at nighttime from above, this area is looking really, really cool. Let me go ahead and head downstairs and sleep, and then I'll let you guys see it in the daytime as well. But I've been recording for a good while now, and I feel like this is a pretty good time to wrap up this episode. I got a lot of off-camera stuff and things to do. I have some of the terraforming to do, which will probably happen over on a live stream, but I also have some of the just busy work. Basically, I'm going to have to replicate this stuff 3 times over onto the other sides, but at least for this one side, it is done. So this is it in the daytime now. If the sun will actually come up. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, I'm liking it. Check this out. Go ahead and turn that off. So we'll just kind of angle the camera this way a bit so you can't see behind the other wall, or maybe we'll even get a slightly different angle here so you can kind of see what this is going to look like whenever it's completely done. Let's see. Yeah, there we go, boys. This is such a crazy build. It is so big now. This one episode has completely changed this build. It is so massive. But anyway, guys, I think that is going to be where I wrap up today's episode. I do hope that you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like on the video, as well as if you're new around here, be sure to subscribe. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for me today. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. You guys have a great day.